Hi, I'm Ronald Wicker, parts manager at Trailers of the East Coast in Mocksville, North Carolina. Today I would like to talk about trailer tires. More specifically, I'd like to talk about the difference between trailer tires and passenger car tires or light truck tires. On a passenger car tire or truck tire, you're concerned with, first and foremost, good traction. The tire has to deal with the torsion of acceleration and braking, and it also, premier on passenger car tire, is creature comfort. In other words, the sidewalls on the tire are soft and flexible so that it doesn't transmit the bumps and jars in the road through the suspension to the driver and passengers in the vehicle. So when we move to trailer tires, you get a considerably heavier load carrying capacity. In other words, a trailer tire, an ST rated tire, has a considerably larger capacity to carry the weight. It also has stiffer sidewalls. The polyester and steel belts that make up the carcass of the tire are larger in diameter, and often there's considerably more of them in there. The sidewalls are stiffer, not only to help carry the additional weight, but to eliminate potential sway in a trailer. I've got some examples here I'd like to share with you. I've got three similar sized tires, one of them being a passenger car tire, the second one being a light truck tire, and finally an ST tires. And we're going to quickly go through and show you some of the differences on these. First one I set up here, it's a 16-inch. 225/70, a typical passenger car tire, a larger passenger car tire. But if we look on the sidewall of a tire, there's an immense amount of information on there if you know how to read it and decode it. This particular tire here has a maximum load capacity of 2,403 pounds and a maximum air pressure of 44 pounds. Again, this is a large passenger car tire. Could also be used on SUV or a light truck. You notice how flexible the sidewalls are on it. And it's got this particular one. Another point here, and we'll get to this later, is this one has been run overinflated for not just a short period of time, but for a considerable amount of time. It's been run in an overinflated situation to where it has worn out the center of the tread, and the customer did not get their full use out of this tire because of that. I'd like to move now to a LT tire in a similar size. Here's a typical LT tire. It's also a 16-inch. This would what you would typically use on a pickup truck, 1,500 up to a 1-ton type truck. This here, load range E tire, this one is rated at 2,680 pounds. Now we're going to move to a trailer tire. This is a 16-inch ST rated tire. First thing I would like to point out is we got stiff sidewalls on it. We've got a trailer a tread pattern here that is somewhat similar to the truck or the passenger car tire, but it's really made to run cool. By virtue of trailer tires carrying a lot of weight, they have to deal with temperatures, high temperatures. Heavier they are, the more weight they got on them, the hotter they'll run. The rubber compounds in trailer tires are a different compound that are in passenger car tires or light truck tires. The chemicals in the compounds on the rubbers are designed to help dissipate heat. So in addition to the extra heavy cords that are in our ST tire, you also have a different rubber compound, chemicals in the compound that allow it to dissipate heat quickly. One of the most important things that you'll find on a trailer tire, regardless of the size, is the capacity, the weight capacity. We started out here about 2,400 pounds on the passenger car tire. Similar sized truck tire, we're up to 2,640 pounds capacity. The very same size tire here in a trailer tire is rated at 3,420 pounds. Tremendous difference in the weight carrying capacity of a trailer tire. All tires, not just trailer tires, but all tires will have a date code on it. It's particularly important on a trailer tire because unlike an automobile that's usually in service daily or weekly, often trailers sit for a long period of time. What happens on all tires is the rubber compounds, the chemical rubber compounds, start to deteriorate and break down over time. It's not as important on a car or truck because those vehicles are rolling and the tires wear out generally before the tire reaches that point. On a trailer tire, the chemicals will start breaking down the rubber and you'll lead to tire failures, blowouts and tread separation for no apparent reason. If you look at any tire on the sidewall here, you'll find a date code. It'll be close behind the letters that say DOT, Department of Transportation. There'll always be 4 numbers. In this case, there's a 1912 here. What that means is this tire was manufactured in the 19th week of 2012. The last thing I'd like to cover is cost. There's a general misconception that trailer tires are considerably more expensive than passenger car tires or truck tires. And with 30 years of tire experience, I can tell you that is just a misconception. As a general rule, you can always find a more expensive or a less expensive tire, depending on the dealer or the brand of the tire, wherever you go. But as a general rule, the same size tire in a car tire, a light truck tire, or trailer tire are very comparably priced. They are almost always in the same price range. And I would highly recommend that for your trailer, you use an ST rated tire. You will certainly get a safer ride and much more mileage and usefulness and peace of mind out of a ST tire. I'd like to thank you for spending a few minutes learning about trailer tires. I hope it's been informative. Please do not hesitate to give us a call at Trailers of the East Coast at 1-800-284-2377 with any questions. You can also visit us on the web at www.trailerseast.com.